Think you're tough. Imagine waking up not to an alarm clock, but to the bone-chilling roar of a predator just outside your flimsy shelter. No parents rushing in to save you. No 911. Just you, maybe 6 years old, and the very real chance you won't see breakfast. This wasn't some nightmare flick. This was Tuesday for countless kids throughout history. The truth is, most of us, raised on safety nets and screen time, would have crumpled before our first lost tooth. Strap in, because we're about to journey into childhoods so brutal, so demanding, they'll make your cozy existence feel like winning the cosmic lottery. Your day starts before dawn, not with cartoons and cereal, but with the raw, gnawing ache of hunger and the instinctive prickle of fear on your neck. You're maybe 5 years old. Outside your family's meager shelter, the world isn't just big, it's actively hostile. That rustle in the bushes. It's something that sees you as breakfast. So you make it through the night. Relief, maybe for a second. Because now, the real work of simply not dying today begins. Forget school books. Your first lessons were written in dirt, blood, and desperate need. Think your chores are bad. Try chores where failure means the whole group goes hungry. By the time you could walk steadily, you had a job. There was no childhood as a protected phase. You learned by doing, immediately contributing to survival. You master the plants. You learn the signs. You even start helping with small game. You feel capable, maybe even proud. But then, it happens. The scrape. The fever. The thing every parent dreaded. That fall while scrambling over rocks. It's not just a band-aid and a kiss. It's a deep gash with dirt ground in. Infection sets in fast. That stomachache could be deadly poisoning. A fever isn't met with children's Tylenol. You survive by luck or grit. You grow tougher. But your world's about to change. Not by nature's whim, but by human hands. Survival just added a terrifying new variable. Other humans. Picture that peaceful medieval village scene. Looks idyllic, right? Now zoom in. See that tiny figure struggling with a water bucket, or the kid half the size of the geese he's controlling. Forget fairy tales. For most medieval kids, childhood meant becoming a useful cog in the grinding machine of survival. The fields were hard, masters cruel, but at least you had air. For many children, a darker fate awaited. Trading sunlight for the suffocating hell of factories or lightless mines. Forget child labor laws. In burgeoning industries, children were ideal workers, small, cheap, expendable. The mill or mine might kill you slowly or instantly. Survive the shift, your day wasn't over. The streets held their own peril. Escaped the mine. Congratulations, you've graduated to street survival. For countless destitute children, the city was a jungle. You fought daily for scraps. Society mostly looked away. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse came the age of progress. The Industrial Revolution didn't end child suffering, it industrialized it. Welcome to the glorious age of industry. While top hats strolled through parks, a different world churned in shadows. Powered by coal, steam, and small broken bodies. Progress promised a better future. For millions of kids, only knew hell. The factory floor was visible horror. But many suffered hidden, shoved up chimneys, buried underground. Out of sight for respectable classes sipping tea. While Victorian homes prized clean hearths. That cleanliness cost lives. The climbing, boy, represents just one horror. Suffering wasn't just physical. Imagine knowing you were worth less than the coal you hauled. Knowing society saw your pain as progress as cost. Psychological scars ran deep. The true Victorian villainy. Hypocrisy. An era obsessed with morality that accepted child torture as fuel for empire. The Victorian era ended, but childhood trauma's legacy didn't. New horrors emerged for children in war zones and extreme poverty. The resilience gap isn't history, it's happening now. Think factory shifts were hard. Try surviving war before puberty. Forget playdates. Your wake-up call is rifle fire. Your playground is a minefield. Your toys are grenades. Escape the militia. Just step 1. Battlefield wounds, etched deep. War isn't the only thief. Extreme poverty creates different war zones in our civilized shadows. Not all wars use bullets. The war against poverty and abuse is fought silently in slums and broken homes. The enemy: hunger, despair, betrayal, surviving demands, psychological rewiring. These adaptations are survival superpowers with devastating costs. Here's the core truth. We wouldn't survive their childhood because our minds aren't forged in that crucible. Their survival required traits that shatter normal life. The gap isn't hardship, it's fundamentally altered human beings. From predator shadows to modern battlefields, from mill's roar to silent neglect, we've seen childhoods defying comprehension. The survival weight carried is unimaginable. It's easy to feel distant horror or guilt, but understanding this gap isn't about guilt. It's recognition. Recognition of brutal strength forged in darkness. Recognition that scars run soul deep, that normal feels alien to survivors. Here's what we do. See the strength. When behavior seems difficult, consider unseen battles. Their survival mode is endurance, not flaw. Demand better. Support organizations ending child labor and abuse. Hold systems accountable. Cherish the gift. If you had safety, appreciate that cosmic lottery win. Let gratitude fuel action. These stories unsettle, but they reveal human endurance and our shared responsibility. We can't change the past, but we can build a future where resilience comes from safety, not suffering. Where every child has the sacred right to be a child. What hit you hardest? Tiny miners, child soldiers, struggles near home. Share below. If this shifted your perspective, give it a like. It helps others find this. Subscribe for more human stories. Remember, empathy is a muscle. Keep flexing it.